Did you know that the Bible doesn't talk about the end of time, but talks about the time of the end? And the end of which it speaks of is not the end of material creation, but rather it's the end of the old Mosaic age. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, Jesus tells his apostles that this gospel of the kingdom will be preached to all the world as a testimony to all nations, then the end will come. The end that he's speaking of there is the end of the old Mosaic age, which is precisely what the apostles had asked him about in Matthew chapter 24, verses 1 through 3. Now, may I submit to you that the end has in fact come? The end that people say is going to come in our future has actually happened and taken place within our past. Now, someone might retort and say, that can't be because the gospel of the kingdom hasn't been preached to all the world. But you know what? Let me object from scripture, because the Bible does in fact make it clear that within the first century, the gospel did in fact go to all the world. For example, in Colossians chapter 1, verses 5 and 6, Paul says, "Of this you have heard before in the word of the truth, the gospel, which has come to you as indeed in the whole world." There are actually a plethora of verses throughout the New Testament that proves this point. For example, Colossians chapter 1, verse 6, as well as verse 23, Romans chapter 1, verse 8, Romans chapter 10, verse 18, and Romans chapter 16, verses 26 through 27, and 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. Lastly, this point is further driven at home when you read 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 11, and Paul talks about the end of the ages has come upon his generation. And so when we read the scriptures, we need to honor the time statements and audience relevance. When we don't, we're really picking up mail from another home and thinking it applies to us.